בעבור כל הצדיקים והחסידים והתמימים והישורים ובעבור כבוד שמך הגדול והנורא כי צדק משפטך ואמונה יניסוני הקשיבה לי וענני הוריד בשיחי Yiskadash Shemei Rabo B'yolemod Divrach Irusei V'yamelech Malechusei V'yatzmach Burkonei V'korev Meshichei B'chayecha Oido V'yoymeich V'chayedecha Lebeis Yisroel V'agolo V'zman Ekorim V'yimeru Amen.
to the Chabad Glen pre-Rosh Hashana musical ceremony.
The high holidays are a soulful and rejuvenating time.
They are a time to and be uplifted and inspired.
At Shul, the collective singing, the inspiring thoughts shared, the uplifting chazanut renditions, the stirring Yizkor service, the children, the community spirit and unity make this time of the year very special indeed.
However, once again this year, we are faced with a unique set of challenges. We will not be able to be together physically as a community, and it's even harder the second time round.
Yet our resolve is strong, and despite lockdowns and restrictions, we will make this year's high holiday season as meaningful as possible.
In the following half an hour, we will unite together in spirit as a community and celebrate Rosh Hashana with song and melody.
We are privileged to have a new Chazan this year, Zalman Simons, an acclaimed singer who will take us on a musical journey singing popular melodies of Rosh Hashana.
Video footage of individuals and families of our communities celebrating the holiday will be shown throughout the ceremony.
Mandy will share inspiring words and we will hear symbolic shofar blowing by Moish.
So, dear community, let's unite together as we enjoy this Rosh Hashanah experience. May we all be inscribed for a sweet new year.
זוכרנו לחיים, לחפץ בחיים, וכוספנו בספר החיים, וכוספנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים Rosh Hashana yikaseivu v'yom tzom kippur echaseivu kamo Chama yibareyon mi yichyeh u'mi yamos mi v'kitzay u'mi loy v'kitzay Rosh Hashana yikaseivu U'v'yom tzom kippur yechaseivu Rosh Hashana yikaseivu U'v'yom tzom kippur yechaseivu Mi vorrà ינוח ומי ינוח מי שקט ומי יתערף מי ישלב ומי יסר מי יעני ומי יאשר מי ישפר ומי מי שבעירך אבותינו אברהם ויצחק ויעקב הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל העומדים על משמר ארצנו וערי אלוקינו בגבול הלבנון על מדבר מצרים ומן הים הגדול עד לבוא הערבה ביבשה באוויר בים יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל הוא יברך את חיילי צבא ההגנה לישראל ונאמר אמן.
Dear community and friends, I hope you enjoyed this musical, listening to the gorgeous voice of our new Chazan, Zalman, and the renditions of the High Holidays is melting my heart. And to see the beautiful faces of our children and adults celebrating the rituals of the High Holidays is giving us so much nachas and pleasure. My dear friends, the past year and a half, we've all been tested, especially during this lockdown. We've seen illness, we've seen anxiety, we've seen mental instability, financial instability, a lot of stress, separation of families. It's been a very trying time for all of us. All of us has been hit some way or another. Tonight, I want to talk about another person who was also hit. From all the kings of Israel, no one had the prestige and fame and wealth as King Solomon. His fame was worldwide. He was the wisest of all men. He ruled over all of Israel. But it didn't last. It towards the end of his life, Israel lay in ruins to some extent. Deterioration and strife was everywhere. The Talmud describes it in very tragic words. Initially, the Talmud says, King Solomon ruled over even the supernal worlds, then only the lowly world, then only on the land of Israel, and then after that only on Jerusalem, and even that was taken away from him. At the end, he only ruled over his bed. And finally, he only ruled over his staff. Within a year of his death, the kingdom of Israel was divided into two. But this is a very strange statement of the Talmud. What does it mean that King Solomon ruled over his staff? You can rule over a country, you can rule over a nation, but how can you be a king, a ruler over a staff? The message is very profound. King Solomon remained a royal king even when he only had his staff, just like he was a royal king when he sat in his royal palace with thousands of subjects. Because royalty is a state of mind. Royalty is an inner frame of mind that Solomon always kept, even when he only owned a stick. He ruled over what he could, what was in his control, even if it was only a stick. We may merely own only a stick, but we need to be in control of it, a king over our stick. Because there are many things in our lives which are within our control, and many things in our life that are out of our control. And a lot of us, and I'm guilty of it also, focus and sometimes get obsessed with the things that are out of our control. And sometimes we neglect or not maximize what we can do with things which are within our control. When we focus on things which are out of our control, we become slaves because we can't control it. But when we focus on things which are in our control, we become kings. We can either be victims and slaves, or we can be victors and rulers. This is very pertinent in our time during lockdown. There are many things which are not in our control. Government decisions, what others do, who's vaccinated, who's not vaccinated, how long will this take? And we could criticize and get angry and be judgmental and be anxious. It's not going to change anything. But if we focus on what is within our control, what we can do, what we can achieve, then instead of becoming victims to COVID, victims to lockdown, slaves to things which are out of our control, we become rulers and kings in things which are within our control. Included in that is also asking for help. We all need to reach out for help. There was once a parent that saw their child struggling with a very heavy load. And the parent said to the child, "You're not trying hard enough." And the child looks up and cries. He says, "I'm trying my hardest." So the parent says, "No, because you haven't asked for help." Asking for help is within our control. We don't lose control when we ask and reach out for help. On the contrary, when we don't ask for help because of pride and insecurity, we become slaves to our pride and insecurity. Now, Eitan was a military commander in the IDF for 30 years. He fought in the Yom Kippur War. He led the raid in Entebbe. He faced death many, many times, and he survived miraculously. But there was one episode, one experience that he said that was the most dangerous for him. He decided one day that he wants to take a break, and he'll take a fishing tour in somewhere in the middle of Alaska. And he came to this place. It was completely deserted. There was only 6 wooden huts, but the scenery was spectacular. Rivers, lakes, beautiful forests. And he had a fishing guide called Billy who guided him. And Billy said there's only one animal, one dangerous animal you need to be aware of, and that is the grizzly bear. If you are confronted with this grizzly bear, this is what you need to do. Stand up straight, don't move, don't run, and say to the bear, "Hey bear, this is my fishing place. I am fishing here. This is my place." Eitan said, I laughed. He said, what? The bear is going to understand what I'm saying? Billy said, listen to my advice. Anyway, he goes on fishing in this deserted place, in this beautiful place, and he's eating his lunch while fishing, and he hears some rustling in the forest behind him, and lo and behold, out comes, on 4, a grizzly bear. He was 30 feet away from him. He was tempted to run, but he remembered what Billy said, and he stood up, and he said in a loud voice, "Hey bear, this is my place. This is my fishing place. I'm staying here." The grizzly bear stood up on his 2 feet, and there he saw this massive bear, huge bear. And he said again the same thing. "This is my place, bear. I'm staying here." And the bear went down on 4, moved away, and disappeared. If we stand our place and hold strong in what we can control, even grizzly bears cannot encroach on our space and actually dissipate. When we focus on what we can do and what we can achieve and forget on what we can't, life becomes much smoother and successful. And so as we stand on the threshold of Rosh Hashana, where we're going to coronate Hashem as King, let us mirror that in our own lives and coronate ourselves as King. Even if we can only control a stick, a very small amount, let us maximize what we can control. Let us focus on what we can do more for our family, what we can do more for our community, what we can do more for our Yiddishkeit. Maybe take on another mitzvah that we haven't done before. Maybe build a sukkah this year. During this high holidays, we are limited in what we can do. But let's do the best of what we can do. Pray longer, say more Tehillim, sing all the songs that we do know. Let us reach out to others. Maybe call someone once a day or every second day, someone that you think might appreciate the call. In the future, we're going to look back at this time and we're going to ask ourselves, did we bring out the best out of these challenging times? Did we bring out the inner royalty of this time to make it the best possible way? And hopefully we will be able to say yes. On behalf of Esther Malka and Moshe and Chana, I wish you all a Shana Tova Mutuka, a very, very sweet new year in all aspects of our lives. We will now hear the blowing of the shofar by Moshe, and while he blows the shofar, think of becoming a king in our lives. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Ovinu Malkeinu Choneinu Va'aneinu Ovinu Malkeinu Choneinu Va'aneinu Ki Eina Banu Ma'asi Aseh Chamoila lemasecho ושישמח במעשיך ויאמרו לך חסדך צדקך עמוסך חמוילה למעשיך ושישמח במעשיך ויאמרו לך חסדך בצדקך עמוסך איי 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 תקדש אדוני על כל מעשיך כי מקדישך כי קדושתך קידשת נועל לקודש נועל לקודש איי 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 פייר מקדושים איי 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 תקדש אדוני על כל מעשיך כי מקדישך כי קדושתך קידשת נועל לקודש נועל לקודש איי 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 פייר מקדושים
Shana Tova, everyone, from the Gromans. We hope you all have a good Yontif.
Shana Tova!
Shana Tova from the Davises, 4 out of 6 of us anyway.
We're wishing you all Shana Tova u'metuka.
Shana Tova!
Shana Tova, everyone.
Shana Tova.
Shana Tova.
Wishing everyone a safe, healthy and COVID-free New Year. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova!
Shana Tova u'metuka.
Shana Tova u'metuka for everyone.
Everyone. Shana Tova.
Shana Tova and happy 5782.
From Kevin
And Debbie and all our family.
we wish you all a safe, happy and sweet New Year.
Shana Tova u'metuka.
Love to you all.
Happy New Year.
אכיל ענקי אכלף עליו אשאלה ממנו ונלשון שבקלם השיר עוזוי בירנו נס ביד מפלב לידם ממחי לב ומהשם מענה לשון השם צפוסי תפתור ופי יגיד תהי לסך לידם ומחי לב ומהשם מענה לשון השם צפוסי תפתח ופי יגיד תהי לסך השם צפוסי תפתח ופי יגיד תהי לסך לידם מלכי לב ומהשם מענה לשון השם צפוסי תפתח ופי יגיד
We hope you enjoyed this musical ceremony. We won't be able to greet you this year in Shul in person, so to all our beautiful community and friends, we wish you a Shana Tova U'Metuka, a truly sweet year to you and your family with an abundance of blessings.
We're looking forward to joining together with you all again for a pre-Yom Kippur experience next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Please join us then for more unity, singing and community spirit. Wishing you all a Shana Tova.